for joining us. It's Our Energy Matters with Anthony, Manna, and Dena Marie. This is our third in a series of, we hope, a lifetime. I hope a lifetime of Our Energy Matters conversations. Anthony and I have been friends for over a year. I have a radio show. We met. We became friends instantly, and we began lifting each other's spirits every week on the phone for an hour. Anthony bought my book, and he has been helping me remind me of my purpose and my passion. Our Energy Matters, the art of crystal reading, and it's all about chakras and tuning them up, and it started as a children's game. So everything Anthony and I talk about is super childlike, right, Anthony?
Oh, absolutely, down to the basics. But it's also, it's almost like, well, I talk about it today in my writing that I did about kind of being reborn, you know, and there's an illumination every time I open up your book, you know, especially because when I read The Art of Crystal Reading, I thought, crystals, what crystals, you know? And I thought, then you say in your second subtitle, learn how to manifest your heartfelt intentions. That is so beautifully positive that I thought, I want to get to know this celestial being by the name of Dena Marie and find out what this is all about, you know? So I plunged in, and well, we started off by, first of all, what was beautiful about this is that you interviewed me about my children's book, Loukas and the Game of Chance. And that, and you said some very powerful things about the snake and about his journey, you know, and that it might be me, you know, and this type of thing. I mean, it was just, there was so much going on there that that I really wanted to continue talking to you, you know. And so I went out, and as you said, I bought your book and just plunged in and tried to let it guide me as best it could. But see, then, you know, I mean, for example, the back matter, which is your chakra cheat sheet, helped me a lot because I could start understanding what you meant by chakras. I was not aware, you know, and it opened up a whole world for me in terms of spiritual growth. And it's also, to me, also, it's very celestial. That's why, you know, I call you the celestial lady, the celestial arts, the celestial artist, you know, because it brings me there, you know, in my journey of what do I do? As you know, as I say, the diary is the old guy diary, you know. And yeah, I'm an old guy, and I'm still striving to understand, where do I fit, what are my intentions, you know. And that has awakened me in many ways, you know. And I'm very happy.
And you've reignited that heartfelt intentions part, because when I was putting it all together, I didn't really know what I was doing because it was a game and people wanted me to teach them how to do it. But when I met you, we were going through some dark times. A lot of people were. And so there weren't, maybe we had ideas, but we weren't manifesting them. We were kind of in the dark a little bit. So our conversations opened up our higher chakras, the crown, brow, and our throat. And that got really excited. And then we felt pretty, like I'm practicing self-love right now. I've had a hard week, so I put on pink. And then, but having the conversation with you opened my heart chakra in those times where people weren't connecting with other human beings. And so your writer's block is basically when you have lots of ideas and you can't manifest because your heart's closed or your lower chakras are closed, where you try to physically get it out of your head and on paper. So our conversations lit our light. It reignited the light inside of us. And then each week as we connected, which is what they were missing, community, and you and your writers group, and me and my healing and my classes. So our ideas started to come to fruition, which frustration is when your chakras are blocked. So heart, you have to have your heart open. And when people are sad or grieving or angry, that's when they get blocks. So I think you were the prescription, or you call it the chakra dose for me. And I was, we were like tag teaming each other back and forth in a relationship, a super healthy relationship that opened up all of our chakras. And here we are in physical form, showing up.
And it's what I like about it too is that we had no intention of me writing. I mean, that was not something that was like a stipulation for us to be, but I just started writing. I started writing in response to sometimes a kind of inventiveness took over, and I because I have feared editors for so long in my lifetime, especially, I mean, even in my academic writing that I had to do when I was at the university, or as they say in England, at university. I love that. That, you sent materials out, you got critiqued, and it was just so laborious. And I just thought this time around, I don't have to worry about that. I can just simply express myself and, to you, and you ask for your response, and it was okay. It's light, it just goes by, and there are words, and they try to capture some of the energy that you're talking about. And I have one right here. If I can, you want me to jump right into it? Okay, so it's the Old Guy Diary, July the 14th, 2021, hot off the press, because I finished it about a half an hour ago. But it had been on my mind for a while because of something you wrote, and I'll get there. Dear self, today you are captivated by, no, held hostage by time. Your mind races into the regret of what you consider squandering seconds, minutes, hours, doing what? What actions? Name the action, doesn't matter which, because whatever you are doing, you tell yourself you shouldn't be doing it. You should be doing something more important. Ugh, it's a vicious cycle of guilt and self-incrimination. And so I'm galumphing along, mired in self-allegations, when I am jolted once again by a reflection, a dose of wonder, laid stark shank at the threshold of my raw consciousness. Turn to page 14 in Dena Marie's Celestial Arts book, Our Energy Matters, The Art of Crystal Reading. Right there on page 14, this celestial alchemist has written, I'm quoting here, when the door opens, you have to have the courage to walk through it, end quote. And I didn't know how I was going to make the connection to my squandering self, my self-allegations, but I did. I slowly turning the cold metal knob, my hand quivering for fear of being asked to change too quickly, too soon. No, the door creaks open and I shield my eyes from the sun-brilliant illumination. There, right there to greet me is a pair of angels, Dena Marie's angels, beckoning me softly to enter. I do in awe. Come, Anthony, sings the pair in unison. Come, friend, rest in the openness of mind. Step up to the lightness of being, your sacred being, your blessed soul self. Soar with us toward the splendor of loving your true noble self, a man of God and goddess and the holiest of holy spirits, ready to anoint you worthy of every living moment, alive, 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 in the presence of the celestial alchemist's decree, as written such, and I'm quoting her again, quote, may the facades we wear fall to the earth and scatter to the wind, never to be seen again. My reborn self shudders with relief, well, at least for the time being, savoring my movement to the heart chakra. Let me rest there, enlightened steward of soul-searching journeys. Thank you for the lead to the door. Amen.
Amen. Oh, I love it when you read to me. That's you paint pictures for my upper chakras, and then it's like being a child read to. And oh, thank you. Thank you for that. And it was so beautiful. And yeah, the facades we wear, right? Trying
Yes.
to be something we're not. And I wrote that at a because it was a seminar or something for medical people, and they were trying to help people with software instead of healing. How to get their insurance not paid for, whatever it was, but had nothing to do. And I saw people running around selling stuff that had nothing to do with health whatsoever. No health care, right? Lots of money. I said, when are we just going to be real again and be people? But people have jobs and they go there and they become part of this corporate scene. And I realized talking to people individually, nobody was happy and no one was being themselves. And they weren't creative anymore.
Yeah, and I think in a way, I'm reflecting that because I'm trying to be, I'm denying myself. And, when I was looking for that quotation, I am who am, I mean, it's in your book. And I remember reading it thinking, well, isn't she a bold little thing? I am who I am, but I mean, it's so true, and it's the reality of the situation is that we have to love ourselves. And by loving ourselves, then we begin loving others,
And that's what the color pink represents. So here I am
today,
representing it. And that's what you and I have been working on, because we tend to do a lot for other people. We push ourselves aside and then we get resentful too, right? And that's not healthy whatsoever. So by you doing what brings you joy, writing what you want to write, because yes, we're always trying to please, especially if you're writing for editors. That was so hard to hand my book over to my friend who read it and he hated it. It really broke my heart. But you know what? I went forward with the book anyways, and my daughter edited it, so it was all good.
Well, yeah, I mean, when the book that I just sent you, the Orphan, that that got rejected a lot of times, before somebody wants to take it. And it's interesting that some people don't like it because the mother dies and she's in the grave, and her daughter goes to the grave to speak to her, and they thought that was just a little bit too much for children to handle, the death of someone speaking from the grave. So you're shaking your head.
I love it because it's not like it's the Cinderella. In the Disney, they don't tell you anything about the child and how they reacted. And so I love the story. I'm reading it to Emma, my granddaughter, today. Exactly today. I'm going to the house and reading it to her, because we should be talking about death. People do pass away. That's the truth, but it was done very, very well. And I have stepsisters, so I related to it. I thought you wrote it for me.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I mean, but I mean, it's just the idea that, we, if I can believe in myself, and I have to work on this and practice this, and what helps a lot is meditation, because meditation brings you right into the heart of all. For some people, meditation is kind of like relaxation. Well, I think what it does for me is it brings me to the fore of what's going on, of my maybe my jealousy, my anger, my resentment, but it's nice because it's laid right there before you at the door. See that door image of yours, I mean, I just, that idea of, when the door opens, you have to have the courage to walk through it. That is what, and that to me is what meditation does, is that
yeah, you get a flash of insight, and then you want it so bad you have to act on it, which is the lower chakras, which is walking through the door. But what if they tell you to write a book about a bunch of chakras and rocks and no one even knows what you're talking? And I don't even say chakras, it's chakras. I say it wrong, but that's just the way I've always said it. But it's one of those things I had to do it. I was compelled, just like with the Aura's Angel. I don't even think my mom's family liked it as much as I did, or other people, but it's touched many, many people's lives. And my voice told me to do it. And I thought I'd be rejected by my family. And I kind of was, because it's very spiritual, maybe too spiritual for them. But the book is strange. And now people are getting it because they do yoga. But back then, no one understood the chakras or chakras, and they didn't understand meditation was new. Meditation was like another spiritual practice from another country. And they thought we were going to get our mind stolen or something. But meditation is prayer or time alone with your higher self to find direction. Then you want it so bad. So it's like when the music's playing and it's your favorite song, you don't care what anyone thinks, and you get on the dance floor.
Dance.
And we need to do that more often.
Oh, yeah, oh, please let me know. Let me know. All right. So, I mean, we have to come to an end, but what a great place that is to end on, to know that we continue, and we, and we look, and we keep looking for ways to get to the heart chakra. And that has become such a powerful chakra.
Chakra.
Got it.
My daughter's name is Sharisa, so I came up with it's all good. Call it what you want.
It's all good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And we're at a place where our friendship continues. And I hope that with good health, etc., we'll be able to continue with our weekly meetings, because it's always so enlightening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anthony.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Go off and be pink.